think just all of us being competitive is a good thing. Just generally that means that we're all competitive. So that usually has more um, benefits than it does negatives in my opinion.
Lots of drivers been talking about the Roval next week versus the Oval, or having one versus the other. Your thoughts on Roval versus Oval in the playoffs and going into a tricky weekend? Where's your mind at?
Yeah, I think it just totally depends on how this weekend goes. Truthfully, because flipping stages at road courses, it becomes a extremely important part of how you run your race, and honestly, it can almost decide whether or not you have a shot to win in some cases, because flipping that second stage is going to likely determine the crowd that's going to have a shot to win, and you're not going to be flipping stages if you're in a position where you have to have points. So you kind of determine your destiny whether or not you have a shot to win next week on how these first two go.
Based off their performance last week, and you can kind of compare New Hampshire to Phoenix, is it safe to say that maybe Penske's the championship favorite now?
They're really solid for sure. I mean, I don't know what the future looks like no more than you do.
Is there a points? Chase, Denny was in a few minutes ago, and he was asked about how challenging teammates during stages or towards the end of the race, sort of teammate giving each other a break. Do you think that conversation's been asked and answered at Hendrick Motorsports? You're completely clear. There's been discussion amongst the teammates.
Yeah, I think it's just a respect thing. And not just amongst your teammates, but just amongst your competitors. We talk about this a lot, but it's just how much do you respect the people around you, and I think only us as drivers know those situations, and when you're pushing really hard, what's on the line. We all have a pretty good idea who's in what position, and I think everyone is aware of that. It's not a very difficult thing to keep up with. So I think it's just a respect thing, whether somebody's your teammate or not.
Is there a points goal specifically for this weekend, like a cushion you would be comfortable with after Sunday?
Hard to know, because a lot of that's going to be based on how your competitors do and what kind of points that they either stack or don't stack. But look, if you're getting top 5 stage points in both stages and have a top 5 finish, you're probably having a pretty good day. It's safe to say. But it totally depends on who wins and what everybody else does too after the race is over. And you kind of get that full picture. It's kind of hard to. It's truthfully just kind of hard to guess. So it's it's like talking about the championship stuff. Like, man, I don't know. Like, we just have to go run the race and do our best. Like, I'm gonna fight as hard as I can when we get out here and practice, and do my best effort in qualifying, run the best race I can run, and control the things that are in my hands, and the rest of it I can only do so much about. So we try to keep things focused on what we have a hand in doing, and I think that's the most simple way to go about it, and the most productive as well.
So with that in mind, does it matter if we return to a 36 race points format?
I mean, it all matters for sure. I mean, I don't. Yeah, I mean, it would certainly matter. I mean, certainly people would run their races differently if that were the case. No question. So, what that would look like, I'm not sure. Because there was a pretty distinct difference. Like, best example I can give is those first couple of years that we had the playoff system the way it was. It was almost like everyone didn't realize how beneficial and crucial stage points were there those first couple of years, and there was a lot of freebies up for grabs that I mean, we were probably guilty of that too, just not realizing how much that could add up. And then as time went on, like, everyone figured that out and realized, man, you can really stack some points and totally change the complexion of your day. So like that, on the other side of it, of course, you would adjust your races. If you have a 36 race, are you still going to have stages? Are you not going to have stages? I mean, again, all of this is speculation, and until they give us the rule book and tell you, hey, this is what it's going to be. Like, I don't have a great answer for you. I don't know until we understand what the rules are.
My Place Hotels is proud to be the official hotel partner of Frontstretch. With plush beds, in-room kitchens, and pet-friendly hotels, My Place makes for the perfect pit stop when traveling. Frontstretch fans can use promo code FRONTSTRETCH to save 10% on your stay at any of our nationwide properties. Sign up for our Stay Rewarded program to get even more savings. With My Place Hotels, don't just stay, stay rewarded.
Steven Stump of Frontstretch.com here. Come back for more great racing videos, and if you like us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.